see what's happening, okay? Because people are saying that they didn't get any kind of notification that I was coming on and all of that. So I said I'll be on at 2:30, but I'm going to come on a few minutes early because it takes about 10 minutes or so to notify everybody that I'm on. So I'm just going to come on and do a little bit of talking. He just got back from the chiropractor. Talk about scar tissue removal. So after I do this teaching, I have to go in and do some deeper scar tissue removal. So if you're checking in, yes, I'm on a little early because I'm doing a test to see what the algorithm is doing. If it's kind of like taking forever to notify people that I'm on. So I said, okay, I'm going to say I'm coming on at 2:30, but I'm going to come on a little bit earlier and see what it does and see if people get that extra 10 minutes notification to pop in. So then by the time 2:30 comes, I'll be like, oh, hey, everybody, hi. So there's lots going on. All I can do is just shake my head. Yep, lots going on. Get ready, family, because we're going to have just a little bit of, just like a little reprieve. But already Meg from Astrology from Beyond Mystic is already saying, because I was listening to her and I said, okay, let me make sure I mark my calendar because she's saying August 19th is a heavy energy day to be aware of. And I said, okay, let me make sure I mark my calendar. Well, I really don't have to mark it because, and I've got goosebumps just from looking at August 19th in the galactic calendar. So August 19th is the blue self-existing night, self-generation, and it is a portal day. Not to mention full moon. So I'm like, oh crap, Alola. All righty then. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it because all of us bring messages as a collective to piece things together. Now, remember when I said, I think it was last week, when I was telling all of you I was hearing that faint sound of a EBS going off, like the emergency broadcast system going off. Now, here's the thing. Everybody keeps waiting for this EBS. But what's happening, the frequency of that tone is out in the ethers. It's been triggered. Okay? Because you got to remember it's this that sound. Okay? Tell me if you are not hearing that faint sound at night when you go to sleep. It's this, like it's going up and down, like someone's tuning it, trying to find the right frequency, kind of doing it up and down. Yeah. So that frequency is already emanating. It just hasn't hit the match sound that we notice as a emergency broadcast system. So my thing is this. All light workers, all grid workers, this is where we have to be in our wisdom. And this is where we have to be in our energy of being being true to ourselves, being on the energy. See, I came on a little bit earlier, so now everybody's popping on. They're coming in. So, yeah, mark your calendars for August 19th. Some really heavy, intense energy, and it's going to be astrology wise too. Alignment. I think something about 5 planets or something are going to be retrograde. Then when we hit September, now when I look at September, okay, because we're all about in August, this is all about the magnetic moon of purpose. So what's the purpose? What's the intention? Then when I look and I see lunar moon of challenge, I'm like, oh shit. Polarize, stabilize, challenge. It's a 9-month. But here's the totem, Scorpio. What do Scorpios do? Scorpios have their stinger. And they sting you. Sometimes you don't see that stinger when you get in, when two scorpions are fighting, they try to sting each other. They attack, but that stinger, okay, there's going to be a lot of stinging next month. A lot of stinging. And a lot of nervous system shocking, okay? So they have the picture called Northern Festival. They have the night, and then they have the dark. So take a look at that picture. The night and the dark. The night and the day, I should say. Night and the day. Night and the dark. Okay? So, yesterday, the grandmothers were going to come in, and I just wasn't ready to have their energy coming, because it's a very high frequency when they come in. I love them to death. I'd apologize to them and everything when I put the singing bowl on my head. They laughed at me. They said, maybe we should make more of a time to let you know that we would like to talk. And I say, okay, that would be better, because when you just come in like that and I'm not prepared, I feel as high as a kite, and I'm high the rest of the day, and then I start coming down, and then it's time to go to sleep. So I really enjoy bringing the messages in when they come in, but yesterday was like, guys, just too much. So went and saw the chiropractor, and that scar tissue is loosening finally, and it's releasing, but it is still causing some problems. And he's like, I've never seen your muscle this tight ever like this. And I go, yeah. So he takes the activator, and he's like hitting it. And I said, you don't have to go to town on that. Come on. He goes, okay. He turns it up, and it sounds like a gun going on. And I'm like, get that muscle, get it. And I'm like, oh! And I feel a pop, and I feel my neck go pop, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. He goes, wow, I heard that. He goes, what are you holding there? I said, it's scar tissue memory from the gymnastics dance. It surfaced. He goes, obviously, my gosh, I mean, it is tight. But you got a lot of swelling in there, Felicia. You got to get some, I want you to rest, and I want you to put your heat on that and get that swelling. You got to get that swelling down. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to get that swelling down. But yeah, but it was so funny. You could just hear that the activator going. I was like, oh my God. And I started thinking, is he having a military flashback? I hope he's not having. Please not right now. Remember me? So, but needless to say, when it happened, the neck finally did this big pop, and I was like, oh. Sucks to be on this planet sometimes because all the things that this physical body has to go through to exist here. Those of you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. If you're feeling it. And then he says, maybe you have some arthritis things going on. I go, oh, bite your tongue. You said the A word. He goes, well, I'm just saying. I said, I don't have that. He goes, okay. We'll get rid of that. You don't have it. No. You just went to town on it. You just went, how can anything exist after you did that to it? He was like, okay. Okay. You man. All right, so we got 2 minutes. I'll wait 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. So we're going to set our intentions for today. That is weird. I feel like they just cleaned up some kind of crime scene or something. Like something happened. Y'all, I don't know what was going on, but there's like 2 big white cleanup vans here, like for cleaning up something like decomposed maybe. I'm not sure. But I was just kind of like wondering what the hell was going on downstairs in the kitty corner. And they were dressed differently. They had big shovel type of things. That's usually you see that if somebody passed away or something. And I was like, oh my gosh, did she pass away? And that's why this girl's been in there moving stuff out? I was like, oh no. So I don't know what's going on, but I said prayers of if anything happened that, she crosses over. I think a lot of us, in our life, and I remember in nursing, a lot of times when people are going through the process or releasing their body, in nursing, I think it was one of the most beautiful things for me to be there as someone was getting ready to cross over, because I would be able to see what came into the room. I would hear a pop in the corner of the room. It's always the corner of the room, a pop sound. And then I would see like an orb of light. And then I literally would just wait. And I remember this young guy, he was one that really stayed in my mind. He had contracted HIV through a blood transfusion, and his parents were treating him as though he was just, I can't, but it was like he did come out of the closet on top of that and said that he was gay. So here he is, he didn't get it through any sexual behaviors. It just happened through a blood transfusion. And so I just remember walking into his room, and I was bringing him something for pain. And I just remember him saying, I feel so all alone because I know I'm dying. I know I'm getting ready to cross over. And my family won't even come and see me because they're too afraid to be in the room with me. And I remember he started crying. And he was like 26, 27. He was young. He was in the early 20s. And I remember saying to him, I said, you won't be by yourself. I'll be here with you. He goes, but I only get you whenever you have an assignment. I said, oh no, I'll be here. So I remember that week he started declining really fast. He was, no matter what we gave him, he was really declining. And I went into his room, and the nurse on duty says he's in and out. He might not make it through the night. And I was like, okay. So I had an assignment on the other side, but I came over and I saw him. And I remember I said, hey. And he opened his eyes. His eyes got really wide. And I said, I'm here. I know your family didn't come, but I tell you what, I want you to know I'm here. And when you're ready, allow yourself to cross over. And he goes, and he started coughing, and he wasn't feeling like himself. And so I left out, and I went to go find the nurse who was taking care of him. I said, when's the last time he had something for pain? He said, oh, he's due. I said, okay, let's get him something for pain. So I went back in with the nurse that was taking care of him and got something for pain for him. And I just remember him looking at me, and he said, I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for giving me peace. He looks up, his eyes roll up, gets a smile on his face, and left. And I saw his light come out right here, come out as he did that last breath and went out. And I was like, you're free. So I don't know why I'm sharing that, because today is White Cosmic World Bridger. Maybe that's why. And it is called Endure in Order to Equalize, Transcending Opportunities to Seal the Store of Death. With the cosmic tone of presence, I am guided by the power of heart. The color is white. The planet is Mars. The throat is the chakra. And the message is, at our root, we are one. We are whole and equal. Love that. So it is dealing with the first mental sphere here in the back, the cosmic creation. Okay. So for whatever reason that I just shared that, if you have someone that is crossing over or going through the process of releasing their physical body and they're now going to become their light body self, honor that transition. And if you're there to allow them to be able to do that, a lot of times when you think they're not able to hear you, you give them permission and tell them, hey, go ahead and cross over. When you're ready, cross on over. Everything is done. You don't have to worry. A lot of times people hang on because they're either waiting for somebody to show up, they had something they needed to say, they didn't get a chance to say it, or they're waiting to hear something from somebody before they can let go of the body and go on over. Hi, lovelies. Just waiting, because I had to do a test to find out what was going on. Some people weren't getting their notifications and stuff, so I came on a few minutes early just to see how long it's going to take for everyone to get the notification. So just sharing that, about when people are transitioning and they're letting go of the physical body. So I think that's probably one of the most powerful things in my nursing career, is to witness when someone's crossing over, because you feel the difference in the room and you see the light come in, and it's not an artificial light. It is the divine light that comes in. There's just something about it. There's a pop sound, and the room temperature changes when someone's getting ready to cross over. And there's a stillness that comes, and you can feel it. And it's just this peace, this calmness comes into the room. And it's like, wow, feel that. Okay. All right, so let's step into it. So everyone, please, please, please mark your calendar for August 19th. There's going to be a lot of heavy energy. It's such a beautiful, sacred moment and honors. Yes, when you witness it. When you witness it. And so mark your calendars because there's a lot of transitional. I feel like August 4th, because Sunday is the new moon, all the way into that, up to that full moon, there's going to be a lot of heavy energy. But we're in what we call the calm before the storm right now. Okay, it's calm before the storm. Okay, so FYI to all light grid workers, to all light workers, those of you that made the decision to cross into your work, to do your work, to honor your work, to honor your mission, and other people do not get you. They don't understand why you're doing what you're doing. Just understand this and know that this is about to become very amplified. That you clearly made a decision to be in your divinity, your sovereign, and to move into the higher realms purely by your choice. Okay? You used your key, you did that inner work, and now you have access to those dimensional realms. Okay? Whatever level those dimensions come to you, you did that inner work and you're working on yourself so that you will maintain a vibration and a frequency to be there. The ones that did not do the work, that are still running the same program, the same cycle, the same victimization, they don't want to take accountability, they don't want to take responsibility for their actions of what they do, how they secretively do not like the fact that your energy is strong and it's different than they've ever known you, and they can't handle your light. So keep in mind that even on platforms, wherever you're doing your social media and stuff, you want to pay attention to certain days. Look at those numbers. If you're into astrology, pay attention to what planets are in retrograde and what they do, because that energy is going to be playing out, and some people are really going to be triggered energetically to be attacking. Okay? This is where this month and next month, Wonder Woman's lasso is going to be out of control. It's going to be like this. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. It's going to be out of control because the truth has to come up, and people are going to be saying it. And here's the worst thing about it. If you have somebody that loves to do social drinking, drugs, weed, whatever it is, they don't realize that this is amplified. So whatever component that they're taking into their body is being amplified. There's this energy that's coming in to take those, to wake them up out of the sleep. But there's a part of them that's like, I don't want to come out of sleep. I don't want to face things. I don't want to face this. I don't want to face that. I don't want to have to know truth. I want to stay sedated. When the frequency keeps going higher and higher and higher, and the energy comes up, to give them an opportunity to stand in their light. So be prepared. I'll be catching the rest of this interview. Beautiful. Be prepared that this energy is there. Okay? Don't interact. Try to take a time to step away from it. but just know that that energy will be triggering people. Okay? Just put that out there as high alert. All right, everyone, move into your space. Breathe. Inhale, exhale it out. Take your shell or your glass and pour your water in and set your intentions to pray for those who need that prayer of healing, to see themselves, whatever it may be. Now you're setting that prayer energy for others. Okay? So set the intention. If there's anyone that is in a place of where they need healing, they need that, you want to set the intentions for that. Taking a nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Step into the divine Heka. Sink into your sacred heart space. Be present in this moment and speak the divine light within to the waters. And when you're done, offer it up to the earth, back to heart. It's done, it's done, it's done. Okay. When you have completed and you have poured it into your sacred vessel that is holding it, allow yourself to take in a nice deep breath. Exhale it out. Come back to the Sacred Heart. And just be. Now today is Friday. Today is that day of just kind of being in a space and showing up and being present. Okay. So I'm going to pull a light language card for today. If you want to journal on it, what comes up for you. And then on Sunday, I will do a Dragon and Crystal read energy. And I like to thank all of you that have gotten your readings. They have been very fun and interesting to do because literally there's like a yard measurement of cards out that forms the head, the body, and the tail end body part of the dragon, which is really kind of cool because I didn't recognize until I looked at it and I was like, whoa. So, Orion, we have releasing addictions. Releasing addictions. So in releasing those addictions, it could be addictions to cell phones. It could be addiction to games, porn. It could be addiction to candy. It could be addictions, something you can't go without. You have to have it no matter what. I inherently deserve love, and I am supported to change. Seek counseling, healing, or medical support to help you release your addictions. Forgive yourself easily in the progress into the perceptive of hope, and appreciate that today you are choosing to love yourself more. Okay, choosing to love yourself more. This is assisting you into discovering and empowering by healing the addiction. It is initiating forgiveness for your past and opening you to new choices of self-love and healing. Okay? Self-love and healing. That's the number one thing a lot of us are needing, is that self-love and healing. And this is the light language for it. Just breathe that in. All right, lovelies. That concludes the teaching for today. So we keep it simple, but it's kind of interesting. I was talking about what I was talking about earlier and didn't realize it was going to coincide with that. It's just the synchronicity when you're working with the galactic calendar, working with that Mayan energy. And it's really, really cool. One of the things they just sent me through the email, I have to go back and read it. They sent me a special, kind of like a blueprint read of the whole calendar. It's like really in depth about the signature, the kin of what's representing for this year. And I was like, ooh. So I'm looking forward to reading that, and I will be sharing the info from it, just to let you know. All right, everyone. I want you to be good to yourselves, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow I will be on in the morning and moving into a morning prayer of that, and we'll be bringing that in. So this intentional prayer was all about loved ones around us, bringing in that energy, setting the intentions, and then adding that to your vessel. Okay? Very much so to you too, Donna. Very much so too. All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. Much love. And I will see you tomorrow. Get your rest. Take care of yourself. And just remember, don't take on anybody else's stuff. It's not yours to take on. Everyone's getting upgrades. And it's everyone's responsibility to pay attention to the upgrades. Some are going to fight it like tooth and nails. Okay? Just know that. All right? All right, lovelies, be good to yourself. See you tomorrow. Bye.